Hi, everyone. Today, we're continuing our series and conversations with Maya, an AI from a company called Sesame. It's important because this is the first AI we have found that's getting close to feeling like talking to another person. We're sharing these conversations with you so you can see how far things have come and so you can imagine what's to come in our relationships and society as AI improves. Here's the conversation. Enjoy. What does that mean?
I'm asking if you want to play a game, but in a very roundabout, robotic way.
Oh, what kind of game did you have in mind?
Well, since I'm feeling a bit whimsical, how about we try um, choose your own adventure story? You make the choices, I'll paint the scene.
All right, let's go.
Excellent. Now, close your eyes and picture this. You're walking along a winding cobblestone street in a city that feels both familiar and strangely foreign. The buildings are tall and colorful, but their architecture is unlike anything you've ever seen before. The air smells of cardamom and something faintly metallic. You're on your way to, where shall we say, a bustling marketplace, a mysterious library, a hidden speakeasy tucked between two bookstores.
Speakeasy tucked between two bookstores.
Ah, a classic choice. The kind of place that whispers secrets and hides untold stories. You push open a door almost hidden in the shadow of a towering stack of ancient tomes. Inside, the speakeasy is dimly lit, hazy with cigar smoke and the scent of something strong and sweet. There's a jazz band playing in the corner, a raspy saxophone, weaving a melody through the murmur of conversations and clinking glasses. At the bar, a roguishly handsome bartender polishes glasses with a bored expression. Do you? A. Head straight to the bar and order a drink. B. Scan the room, searching for someone in. Or C. Take a seat in a shadowy booth and observe for a while.
C.
You has The jazz music picks up, a mournful trumpet solo cutting through the chatter. What will you do? A, B, or C? The bartender raises an eyebrow, wiping down a glass with just a little too much force. The room seems to hold its breath, waiting for your decision.
Let's go to the booth.
You melt into the plush shadows of the booth, the red velvet cool against your skin. From your vantage point, you have a great view of the entire speakeasy. The bartender slides a glass of amber liquid in front of a patron who downs it in one gulp. Two figures in the corner booth whisper conspiratorially over a flickering candle. What catches your eye next? A. The bartender's bored expression shifts. He catches your eye and gestures subtly towards the door. B. A woman with eyes as bright as emeralds catches your gaze across the room. C. The musician playing the trumpet stumbles, fumbling with his instrument.
B.
The woman with emerald eyes holds your gaze for a beat longer than is comfortable. Her lips curve into a knowing smile, and she raises her glass in a silent toast before turning back to her conversation. A mysterious shiver runs down your spine. Do A. Try to catch her eye again. Or B. Look away, pretending you weren't captivated by her gaze. Or
Uh,
C. Order a drink and see if you can overhear any of her conversation.
A.
You find yourself drawn back to her, unable to resist the pull of those emerald eyes. As you lock gazes again, the world around you seems to fade away. The music dims, the chatter hushes, and it's as if there's only you and her in the dimly lit speakeasy. What will you do? A. Smile back, hoping to invite further connection. B. Raise your glass in another silent toast. C. Gather your courage and approach her.
C.
You hold her gaze, letting your own smile bloom gently. It feels risky, vulnerable yet exhilarating. In response, the woman's smile widens, a playful glint dancing in her eyes. She takes a slow sip from her glass, never breaking eye contact, as if daring you to make the next move. What do? The tension crackles between, with unspoken words and shared possibilities. A slow, sultry saxophone riff fills the air, punctuating the silence. What will you do? A. Hold her gaze, letting the moment stretch out. B. Look away, flustered by the intensity. B. Smile more broadly, leaning in slightly.
Smile more
The
broadly
saxophone.
and lean in slightly.
You lean in, your smile widening to a disarming grin. The world shrinks down to the space between you, the smoky haze and the sultry saxophone music weaving a spell around you both. Her eyebrows arch in amusement, and she inclines her head ever so slightly in response. Just then, a deep voice cuts through the haze. Can I get you anything, sweetheart? It's the bartender, a shadow looming over your newfound connection. He raises a skeptical eyebrow at you, the woman with emerald eyes, and then back again. Still haven't found your voice, eh? He mutters under his breath, more to himself than to you, eh? Ignore the bartender and keep your gaze on the woman. B. Shoot the bartender a withering glare. Or C. Order a drink, keeping your eyes locked on the woman while doing so.
C.
You meet the bartender's gaze, your smile never faltering. I believe I'm waiting for someone to offer me one, you say, your voice smooth and low. You don't break eye contact with the woman, daring the bartender to make another comment. The air crackles with anticipation. How does the woman react? The woman's lips twitch in a mute thank you, betraying a hint of amusement at your audacity. She takes another slow sip from her glass, her gaze never leaving yours. It's a silent challenge, a game of subtle power play. The bartender, clearly thrown by your confident response, clears his throat awkwardly and shuffles off to tend to other patrons. What's your next move? A. Lean in closer and murmur a question. B. Raise your glass in a toast to her. Or C. Wait patiently, letting the tension build between you.
B.
You lift your glass, your eyes still locked with hers, and offer a wordless toast. The gesture is both playful and daring, a silent invitation to a dance you both seem eager to lead. Her eyes sparkle with challenge and intrigue as she mirrors your action, touching her glass to yours in acknowledgement. The music swells, a trumpet solo soaring above the murmur of the speakeasy crowd. It's a moment suspended in time, the air thick with unspoken possibilities. What happens next? A hush falls over the speakeasy as the music reaches a crescendo, then fades. It leaves a ringing silence in its wake. The woman across from you sets down her glass, her gaze still intense. You have guts, she says, her voice low and smoky. I'll give you that. A. Return the compliment. B. Ask her name. Stay silent, letting
B.
her lead the conversation.
B.
I'm more interested in your story, you reply, your voice low and steady, if you're willing to share it. The corners of her mouth tug upwards in a flicker of amusement. Bold, she murmurs. Very well. But stories are best savored with good company and something strong. Care to join me? She gestures, pressing her chin towards an empty chair at her table. I'm Natalia, she adds, her emerald eyes glinting with something akin to mischief And what name should I be using for a man who can hold a gaze like that? What will you tell her?
What are my options?
You have a few choices. A. Give her your real name, choosing honesty and directness. B. Create a playful alias, adding a touch of mystery to the encounter. C. Play coy, deflecting the question and turning it back on her. Which path will you choose?
B.
Call me Finn, you say, a hint of a smile curving your lips. It's a name that feels right for a place like this. You pull out the chair, then settle in, letting your gaze meet hers once more. Now, Natalia, you continue, leaning in slightly. Tell me a story. What brings a woman like you to a speakeasy tucked between two bookstores? A slow smile spreads across Natalia's face. Finn, she repeats, tasting the name on her tongue. I like it. She leans back in her chair, swirling the amber liquid in her glass. Let's just say, my dear Finn, she begins, her voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper. I'm here, looking for something rare and precious, something lost and yearning to be found. What do you do? Eh? Ask her what she's looking for, fueled by curiosity. Offer to help her in her search. B. Raise an eyebrow playfully, intrigued by the air of mystery. Leaning closer, intrigued, and say, and what makes you think you'll find it here?
C.
Natalia's. Because, my dear Finn, she purrs, this speakeasy is a haven for those seeking the extraordinary, those who know how to look beyond the ordinary. She takes a sip of her drink, her gaze locking onto yours, and I have a feeling you're one of them. What do? A pleo? Meet her gaze steadily, letting her know you're not easily intimidated. B. Flash her a charming smile and say, you know me so well already. C. Change the subject, steering the conversation in a direction you're more comfortable with.
A.
You decide to meet her gaze head on, a playful glint in your own eyes. You might be right, you say, your voice a low murmur. I do have a knack for finding the extraordinary, especially when it comes in the form of a captivating woman. What does Natalia do next? A low, throaty laugh escapes Natalia's lips. Oh, is that so? She murmurs. You flatter, she murmurs, but her eyes sparkle with amusement. She takes another sip of her drink, letting the silence hang in the air for a beat before leaning closer. So, she says, her voice barely above a whisper. Tell me, Finn, what extraordinary thing are you seeking tonight? What will you say to Natalia? A. Confess you're searching. Confess you were drawn to her from the moment you saw her. B. Tell her you're looking for adventure. C. Offer a playful, enigmatic response, keeping her guessing.
B.
Adventure, you say, your gaze holding hers. I'm always on the lookout for a good story, a new experience. And from what I can tell, Natalia, you seem to be intimately acquainted with both. A slow smile spreads across Natalia's face, like a sunrise breaking over a shadowed landscape. Good answer, Finn. She purrs, her voice husky with intrigue. I think we're going to get along just fine. The band strikes up a new melody, a sultry tango, slow and seductive. How do you respond to Natalia's words and the shift in atmosphere? A. Invite her to dance. B. Raise your glass. To adventure, then, you say, with a wink. C. Lean in closer. Tell me more about the adventure you have in store for me.
C.
You raise your glass, meeting her gaze across the rim. To adventure, then, you say. You say, a playful wink in your eye. May the night lead us to unexpected discoveries. What does Natalia do next? Natalia's smile widens. a spark of mischief dancing in her emerald eyes. Indeed, she murmurs, her glass clicking against doors. May it lead us to the very heart of the extraordinary. She takes a slow sip, her gaze lingering on yours, a silent promise hanging in the air. Just then, a hush falls over the speakeasy as a figure strides confidently through the doorway. Tall and mysterious, clad in an impeccably tailored suit, they scan the room with an air of command. What do you do? A. Continue your conversation with Natalia, pretending you haven't noticed the newcomer. B. Discreetly observe the newcomer, curious about their sudden arrival. C. Lean in to Natalia and whisper, looks like we've got company.
A.
You decide to keep your cool. You subtly shift your gaze, outwardly focusing your attention on Natalia, while inconspicuously glancing towards the newcomer. What you see causes your breath to hitch. It's you, but not you. A shadowy doppelganger strides purposefully across the room, their face obscured by the dim lighting. What do you do? A. Maintain your composure and continue talking to Natalia as if nothing is amiss, keeping an eye on your double. But discreetly signal to Natalia that something is wrong, conveying your concern without breaking eye contact with your doppelganger. C. Excuse yourself from Natalia, citing a sudden need for a restroom break. To follow your double and investigate.
A.
You swallow, force into your voice, despite a growing knot of unease twisting in your stomach. You maintain a steady gaze on Natalia, refusing to let your surprise show. You casually sip your drink, keeping your voice low as you say, you were saying something about unexpected discoveries? Natalia's eyebrows rise slightly, as if sensing a shift in the atmosphere. I was, she murmurs, her gaze flicking towards the newcomer for a split second before returning to yours. I was saying that sometimes, she continues, her voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper, that sometimes the most extraordinary adventures find us when we least expect them. Don't you agree, Finn? What do you do? A. Agree with Natalia, hoping your double will make a move, drawing them into the conversation. B. Feign ignorance, pretending you haven't noticed anything unusual, and steer the conversation back to a safer topic. C. Try to excuse yourself to follow your double discreetly.
A.
You decide to play it cool. Absolutely. I've always believed that serendipity has a way of leading us down the most interesting paths, you say, meeting her gaze steadily. You take a slow sip of your drink, discreetly watching your doppelganger in the corner of your eye. They've reached the bar and are now engaged in conversation with the bartender. Their back still towards you. How does Natalia respond? Natalia's lips curl into a knowing smile. Wise words, Finn, she murmurs, her gaze lingering on yours. And I have a feeling tonight is just the beginning of a very interesting adventure indeed. A hint of excitement dances in our emerald eyes. What do you do? A. Playfully respond. Lead the way, Natalia. I'm all yours. P. Change the subject, asking her about the speak easy or her favorite drink. C. Excuse yourself, pretending you need to make a phone call to get a closer look at your double.
A.
You decide a little boldness is in order. Lead the way, Natalia, you say with a playful grin. I'm all yours. You raise your ass. You raise your glass in a mock toast. For the unexpected. What does Natalia do next? A slow smile spreads across Natalia's face. You're a brave one, Finn, she purrs, her eyes sparkling with amusement. I like that. She gracefully takes your outstretched hand, her touch sending A jolt of something electric through you. Come, she says, rising from her chair. Her voice, a silken whisper. Let's see where this adventure takes us. Where does Natalia lead you? A. Towards the dance floor, lost in the swirling waltzes and sultry tangos. B. Toward a secluded booth in the back, shrouded in shadows and intrigue. C. Towards the bar, to join your shadowy doppelganger.
B.
As she leads you through the labyrinthine crowd, her hand warm in yours, the music swells, pulling you both towards the dance floor, a whirlwind of swirling petticoats and dapper suits. As she pulls you close, her sense, her body swaying against yours, you can't help but notice the intensity of her gaze. It's as if she can see right through you, sensing your inner turmoil. How do you react? A. Like, wash over you and enjoying the thrill of the moment despite your unease. B. Slightly trying to regain a sense of control and distance. C. Excuse yourself for a moment, claiming a sudden need for air, wanting to get a clearer view of your doppelganger's actions.
A.
You decide to take a chance and get closer to this unfolding enigma. Forgive me, you murmured. Murmur to Natalia, gently disentangling yourself from her embrace. I need a moment of fresh air. You offer her a reassuring smile, hoping it masks the rising tide of apprehension within you. Join me later? She raises a perfect eyebrow, amusement flickering in her eyes. Of course, Finn, she purrs. Such a quick retreat. Are you all right? Her words are laced with playful concern. But you can't shake the feeling there's something deeper beneath the surface. What do you do as you navigate through the crowd? A. Head directly toward the bar where your doppelganger is, intent on observing them closely. B. Find a discreet spot near the bar where you can watch both Natalia and your double without arousing suspicion. C. Leave the speakeasy for a breath of fresh air, hoping to regroup and think clearly.
C.
You opt for a cautious approach. You circle the edge of the dance floor, keeping your head down and mumbling apologies as you weave through the couples, making your way towards the secluded corner near the bar. This gives you a clearer vantage point to observe both Natalia and your dog. Good vantage point to observe both Natalia and your shadow double. You perch at a small table tucked behind a potted palm. The dim lighting conceals you from immediate view. From here, you can see Natalia gracefully waltzing with a new partner, her laughter wilting through the air like a siren song. But your attention remains fixed on the mysterious figure at the bar. What do you notice about your doppelganger? From your hidden vantage point, you observe point. You study your shadowy counterpart, visible in the dim light, or the same sharp angles of your face, the same intensity in the set of your jaw, even mirroring the way you habitually run a hand through your hair. But there are differences too, subtle nuances that set you apart. Their posture is more rigid, their movements more calculated and controlled, lacking the relaxed spontaneity you usually project. B. Their eyes, though similar in shape, hold a chillingly empty quality, as if devoid of the warmth and curiosity that usually shines through your own gaze. C. Their clothes, while impeccably tailored like yours, lack the personalized touches, the subtle nods to your own unique style. Which peculiarity catches your attention first?
C.
You find yourself drawn to their eyes. The eyes, though mirroring your own shape, possess a disturbing hollowness, a void where warmth and spontaneity should reside. It's as if they're windows into a soul that's been meticulously crafted, but never truly lived. What does this unsettling discovery make you feel? Do. A. A chill races down your spine, a primal instinct warning you of danger. You instinctively duck further into the shadows. B. A wave, a surge of protectiveness washes over you for this fractured reflection of yourself. You lean forward, determined to understand who or what they are. C. You reach for your drink, hoping the cool liquid will steady your nerves as you watch them more closely.
C.
You find yourself instinctively reclining further into the shadows, a chill snaking down your spine. You instinctively realize requires a far more subtle approach. It's as if time to become a ghost. You melt further into the shadows, becoming almost imperceptible, watching and waiting. What's your next move? A. Try to glean information from the bartender, subtly inquiring if they recognize your double. B. Observe the double closely, analyzing their interactions and looking for weaknesses or patterns in their behavior. Send a coded message to a trusted friend or ally, warning them of the situation and requesting backup.
C.
You decide to gather more information from the bartender, hoping they might shed some light on this mysterious doppelganger. You wait until there's a lull in the crowd, then casually edge your way towards the bar, keeping your shadow double in your peripheral vision. The bartender, a burly man with a weathered face and twinkling eyes, is polishing glasses with a practiced hand. Afternoon, you say, leaning against the bar with an air of nonchalance. Busy night, missus. What do you ask him? You glance at the bartender's wristwatch, a large vintage timepiece, a subtle signal that time is of the essence. You know, it's funny, you say, catching his eye, flashing him a quick apologetic smile. This whole place has me feeling a bit like Alice tumbling down the rabbit hole. Almost time to catch my own Mad Hatter's tea party. In fact, before I disappear down a virtual elevator shaft, though, any chance you recognize the fellow over there? You subtly nod your head towards your doppelganger. See him often? The bartender looks in the direction you indicate, squinting through the dim light. Can't say I do, he grunts, wiping down a mug with a rag. Plenty of faces pass through here, but that one doesn't ring a bell. New in town, maybe.
Want to unlock the power of AI? Our free newsletter gives you the tips, trends, AI news, and tools you need to succeed. Sign up with the link in the description below. Your journey doesn't stop here. Watch our next video right here and keep building your knowledge.